What's up, Tiger Nation? Steve Leslie, YSNLive.com. It's week 7, Tuesday night at the Tigers Table. Each and every Tuesday, come on down to the Tigers Table. Check out the Springfield Tigers show each and every week. Want to give a couple shout-outs to Dee and Jackie for all they do for all of us at YSN. Great food, great service, great community, great support each and every Tuesday night at the Tigers Table. Tigers prepare for a pretty big football game Friday night. They will travel to Western Reserve. Springfield 4-2, Western Reserve 6-0. The game was being played for first place. We will get into a little bit of that. Want to give my partner in crime, Noah, a shout-out. And the young man is back. Missed him last week, was on his honeymoon, and his beautiful bride. Congrats to them and all he does for all of us each and every week. But I have a hard time believing that I'm saying this. It's senior player profile. How about a round of applause for senior Dante Gentile?
Thank you.
That's hard to believe. Like, I've known your family for so long. It's watching your cousin play, seeing you at YSU, and now I guess what makes me bummed out is that I'm getting older because you're getting older, if that's fair to say. Talk about, first of all, the support you have each and every week. They all do a lot for you. You could take us around the horn, shout out your family and what they mean to you.
It's great. They give me more support than I could ever ask for. Obviously, my parents right here.
Okay.
And my Uncle Nicky.
Okay.
My grandpa, my cousin Alyssa.
Okay.
My grandma, my aunt and uncle, my other grandma and her friends.
Very good.
Yep. Thank
you for all you do for this young man. You know how lucky you are?
I'm extremely lucky.
Yeah, there's no question to have grandparents on both sides of the family. That's, in today's world, you don't see that a whole lot. Have an uncle, have cousins. I know what Dad does on game night. So, like, the rest of this crew here, Friday night, who's going to be the one that's, like, really into this game and vocal?
I'm going to say my grandma over there on the corner. She's always got her cowbell every time.
Graham, you have the cowbell. I love it. Make sure you have that cowbell Friday night.
Absolutely.
So that is fantastic. Do you hear all that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I remember. No, we hear it in the press box. I think it's one. Here, Springfield is one of the best places to play. It's one of the best places for us to call football games. The atmosphere. Dante, you know where they all sit?
Yeah, for the most part, most of them are sitting. If I look at the press box, if I'm standing down on the field, it's to the left and then maybe a couple rows down.
All right, so is there anything you do with your family, any acknowledgement you give them before the game starts?
No. Not really. No.
Not really?
I usually just look up and give a wave at some point.
That's an acknowledgement then to give them a wave. Okay, when I say week 7, what comes to your mind? Fast.
Big week.
Yeah, big week for sure, but this season is flying.
Yeah, absolutely.
From a player's standpoint, is this as fast to you guys as it is to all of us?
Absolutely. Yeah, it feels like we were getting ready to play South Range and Brookfield last week.
Yeah, there's no question about that. I have to ask you this. You've had, and someday, hopefully, you'll go back and think about the career you've had at Springfield. You represent, in my opinion, Springfield and all the teams of the past and those types of things, but you do it in a way that your teammates are all part of it. Let's go teammates first. What do these guys mean to you? And what do you guys mean to one another as a group?
Well, they mean everything to me. I mean, they're actually some of them are quite literally my brothers. So
sure. Even
the ones that aren't are my brothers in the locker room and in school, and I couldn't ask for anything more of them. We all support each other, and it's amazing, and the bond we have is so great that I couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot you can ask for. You've had some big-time games. You've had some big-time opportunities. I think, do you want to play college football?
I'm on the fence about it. Yeah,
right, well, I'm going to give a
sure.
shout out. I think you should go play at YSU. Maybe I could give a little plug to Coach Phillips or whoever else I need to talk to. That your cousin played for YSU. You've been through YSU football games a lot. I think you're a talented football player. So I think that's a perfect fit, and that's just from Steve Leslie himself for what he does. So, YSU, you can get yourself a fine young man and a great family that will support Youngstown State in everything that he will do. Talk about your brothers, your siblings. Man, to get a chance to play football with two brothers and you being the oldest, so you kind of set the bar for them. Let's go with the young pup first. Let's go with the youngest brother. Talk about him a little bit.
Well, it's been amazing watching Jake play football. I've always been at his games, either you're running the clock or if I'm doing something with my dad up in the stands. But it's nice now that he's kind of playing the same position as me, and I get to coach him up a little bit. And it's on me now. I got the responsibility to make sure he's going in the right direction.
I think that's a great answer because you've learned from a lot of great players at Springfield yourself. So to have him watch you go through what you go through, now be a part of it, shout out to you. You got a bright career coming. There's no doubt in my mind. All right, let's go to the next middle brother.
Marco. Me and Marco never really sometimes we struggle getting along at home. But I think if there was anyone
that's
fighting,
sibling love. You have to love, like, Marco, do you agree with that?
I think if there was any fight at the Gentile household, it was between me and Marco. But it's crazy. Something on the field, when we get on the practice field or in the locker room, it just snaps, and it's like we're there.
Well, and I guess that's my point to you. That is, I guess, what siblings do. Tough love, but when push comes to shove, those two guys got your back, I guarantee it. And I would be willing to say that those two are awful proud of all the accomplishments that you have and you're going to get and you will continue to get. And you're laying a foundation for them that they want to be like you. How many siblings get a chance to say, I want to be like my brother. I want to be like my younger brother. I want to be like my oldest brother. I want to be like my parents. Those are things that, again, for me, Dante, is what makes Springfield special. Let's talk Springfield. You've been here your whole life,
yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
The community, the support, the togetherness. How special is it to go through 12 years of Springfield education?
It was great. I couldn't ask anything more of it, and I enjoyed every step of the way. You know, every time you come into a new school, whether that's coming into the intermediate school or coming into the high school, you always meet new people. You got new teachers that are helping you along the way, and even new classmates, new teammates, and it's just a whole big family.
Yeah, there's no question. A great school, great community, and you need them all, don't you?
Absolutely.
Friday night, I'm going to give a little test out. Friday night to Springfield community, Springfield Nation, these boys need you. They need the cowbell. They need loudness. I've said it to you before. Western Reserve's really good. Coach Armini, I've known a long time, is a good coach. Coach Guerrero's a great coach. It's two coaches that I want to say have probably some of the longest tenures in high school football. What does this atmosphere look like Friday night? What's Dante Gentile? What do you think this atmosphere looks like Friday night?
I'm thinking it's going to be a great atmosphere. It's going to be one of the better tests of this year, and I think it's going to really test us and see how we handle the pressure. And I think it's going to be a great opportunity to make some big plays in a big moment.
Yeah, there's no question. It's a big game, no doubt. What's some of the things that you think this team needs to continue week by week to improve on?
I think we got to fix the penalties, especially pre-snap on offense. But last week on Friday, we had a pretty perfect game on offense.
40-9 win over Jackson Milton's one of those teams. It's a good football league. There's a lot of good teams in this league. Jackson Milton, Mineral Ridge, Lowville, obviously the Tigers, Western Reserve, a lot of talented teams. So each and every week. Offense or defense, what's your favorite?
I love them both, but I'm going to have to go offense. Yeah.
Well, you have pretty talented offensive players, so I could see why offense is your choice. But I will say this, to be a championship caliber football team, I think it's defense. And I want to see your reaction. I think this defense could be one of the best in our area when they're doing everything they need to do. And I don't think – I want to ask you this. I don't think – and I was able to get to the hotel Friday night and watch. I don't think this team has played their best game yet.
No, I completely agree with you. I think we have a lot of room to improve, and we're improving every week. So
that has to be exciting to know that you're 4-2, you've played a great schedule, but also knowing that we really haven't reached our potential to play the best game. Hopefully that comes out Friday night. Talk about Western Reserve a little bit and what they bring.
They're a great football team, and I think they like that. You could say phone booth football. It's really similar to our game, so I think, honestly, you could probably put us on film on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and
I love that.
Watch the same stuff and then go out there and play them.
Phone booth football, folks. So remember, if you cannot make it to the game, it'll be on YSN. We'll have it for you. No, but I'll say this: if the game starts at 7 o'clock and these teams are getting after one another and the clock's running because the ball is being run constantly, you better get there fast and stay on the game fast because that game's going to go that fast. Do you like that style?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you like playing in the rain Friday night?
It was amazing. Yeah, I love rain games, especially on the grass.
Grass rain games. So, you like that?
Yeah, yeah.
What makes players like playing in rain and mud while poor fans and parents and families have to parka up? Now, the cowbell had to get wet Friday night would be my guess. You covered it up. Good for you. Make sure that's covered up. But the weather's good this week. What makes it so fun to play in a mud game?
I think it's just the adversity. Everything's going to go wrong in a mud game. Everything breaks down. That's when you really see the true colors of every team, and I think we just came out on top on Friday.
Yeah, there's no doubt. All right, so talk about this hunting a little bit and fishing. These guys say you're the best. You're gonna agree with that?
I'm not gonna brag, but I'm pretty good.
I'm not gonna brag, but I'm pretty good. Now let's brag. Say yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, where's some of the places you guys fish at around here?
We go fishing all over the place, especially with Kuboff. We like to go big lakes like Pymatooning. Okay, he said I can't tell.
Yeah, well, YSN Nation is a pretty big one, so we're gonna keep Tiger Nation's fishing spots to themselves. See, that's something that I can't even, Dante, I wouldn't even be able to throw the damn thing in the lake. Like, I wouldn't have the patience to throw that out and just sit there. Take me through that. Like, is it quiet time? Is it family time? Is it with my friends? What's that experience like just to sit there and check out nature, I guess is what I'm saying.
There's nothing more relaxing, Steve. It's the getaway. That's what I like to think of it as, and especially with my buddy Kuboff over there, we just bring a speaker, put some music on.
Where's Kuboff at?
He's in that booth. Hey, Kuboff.
Kuboff, you fish too. All right, you guys have to do me a favor. You got to take Steve Leslie fishing one day somewhere down the road. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that I'll be any good. I don't even know if I want to do it. I just want to catch a quick glimpse. What time do you get up for this?
Fishing? It's not as bad as hunting is.
What time's hunting?
Hunting? On Sunday, we got up at 3. I set my alarm for 3:05 on Sunday morning.
No. So what time's fishing?
Fishing's probably 4:30. So it's a little bit better.
That's not much better. It's an hour. Yeah, well.
Fishing, you got time to stop at the gas station, get a coffee.
YSN Nation, your GM, those are probably two things that I will never do is fish or hunt just because of those things we talked about. But talk about the Rock. As a senior, it's special. You've been a part of some great teams. You've watched great teams. You've watched teams go to state playoffs. You've watched teams compete in a state championship game. You want to be that guy. It's your time. Do you think about that a lot?
Yeah, all the time. Like when you said, I want to be them, it's insane how back in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, I was watching these guys go to state championship games and come back and party at the Rock hours later, and now it's me. Like, I'm the guy up on the Rock.
Absolutely.
And it's
what
amazing.
did that feel like the first time you put your number on the Rock?
It was awesome. Yeah, when we went out and painted our numbers, it was like, this is real. It was definitely a wake-up call for me being a senior this year, and
Yeah,
we got big things to look forward to.
No, there's a lot of big things to look forward to, and you better look forward to the first one on Friday night, because this is going to be, folks, one of the better games we'll have on the network. The Tigers travel to Western Reserve. It's for first place. It's for bragging rights. It's a pretty big rivalry. Talk about the rivalry.
Oh, yeah, it's a great rivalry.
You know a lot of those guys pretty well.
Yeah, a few of them. We've been playing sports for forever now, and I know the running backs, Jack Darney, Don McCarty. They're good buddies of mine, and yeah, we're cool off the field.
That's
but
good.
I think as soon as we get on the field, it's all
when the
business.
Lights go
man.
on, it's a business trip, no doubt.
Absolutely.
We will get into some of those things a little bit here, but for you, how good do you think this team can be? And I say that because I know you've watched a lot of football. You've watched a lot of successful teams. I think this is a team that's played a good schedule, that's coached really well, that's tough, that can play, like you said, in the phone booth. How good do you think this group could be?
I think there's a lot of room to improve of what we've shown, and I think sometimes we could play a lot worse than we have, and the good thing is that we keep improving every week and keep showing what more we can bring to the table, and then hopefully by week 10 we're ready to make a run.
Well, let's hope so, but the big one will be week 7, Western Reserve, Friday night. Check it out on YSN or get on over Tiger Nation to Western Reserve Stadium. It's going to be a great game. You ready to play some rapid fire?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Let me think here. I'm going to go grandma first. 2 grandmas. Again, I say this all the time because my grandparents were there for me when I played at your age, and they're no longer around. I hope you understand the relevance that 2 ladies have in your life for to be a senior and to go in rain, to go in bad weather, to do those things. What do the 2 grandmas mean to you?
Everything. I mean, they've given me everything.
The smile, folks, tells it all. I mean, that is an impressive answer. Just make sure the cowbell. There's no crying in this tonight. I'm not meaning, but you should cry because you're proud. So God bless you both for what you do for your entire family, no doubt, for sure. All right, so off of grandmas, I know it's not dad. So the best cook in the Gentile family is.
I think I gotta go mom here. I mean, she cooks every night. Very rarely do we settle for takeout somewhere, and she works hard to do it. I know supporting 3 kids it's harder than it looks, but she does it somehow.
Shout out to mom. You say 3 kids. I'm gonna say 4.
Oh, I think it's more than 4.
Mom, you agree? 4 kids. What's that like in a Gentile house with mom and 4 males in the house? Talk about that experience.
Well, it's definitely. I think she feels singled out sometimes, but for the most part, we're all there to support each other, and that's the important thing.
Well, there's no question the support system is there. Mom, shout out to you. I think it's unique for you because your dad's part of the football program. There's a lot of people that play that we cover that just get to be dad, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't mean that disrespectful, but your dad takes out his time to film football games and be around his 3 boys and watch you guys grow up. That has to be special to have your dad as part of the staff. Talk about that for you and your brothers.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great, and I think some of the benefits are there. I mean, and him talking about the game, and I know he's always going to be watching and he's always going to be there, but you know, sometimes coming home off the bus ride and then he's there at home waiting to tell me what I did wrong
just
every
with that
night.
Look right there with the hand up on the chair.
Yep.
I remember those days. My dad was, and you know what? You will appreciate that 10 years down the road. That my dad was that hard on me and demanded and wanted those things. That's what dads do. That's who they are. So shout out, Dad, to you, no doubt, for all you do also. Noah doesn't like Drake, but you have a big game Friday night and your headsets are on. I'm curious to see, like, what's Dante Gentile listening to? This got to be like, I'm going to say some country. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think some country on the bus ride is a good idea. And then once we get there, I like to crank it up a little bit. I like to put on some Creed. I like to put on some Three Doors Down.
3 Doors Down is good. Is Sheely here? Sheely's still in charge of the music?
Yeah. Sheely doesn't like my taste in music as much as – that's true. He does play at least one Creed song every Friday. Yeah.
All right, so jam Creed a little bit before you go. Jam whatever you have. So how was the bus ride for Tiger Nation?
I think on the way there, it's usually
quiet?
Pretty quiet. Yeah, we're pretty locked in on the way there. On the way home is where it gets a little rowdy, though. So I think Coach Guerrero's got to watch out on the way home.
Coach Guerrero has to watch out. Speaking of Coach Guerrero, give me a word that you would describe him in the 4 years that you've played for him.
Confident. Yeah. I think he's a really confident guy, and I think that's why a lot of people respect him is because he's very confident and he can back it up too. So he's not afraid to back it up.
That's a great answer. He's a good coach with a great career record at Springfield, no doubt. Gatorade or water?
Water. Yeah. Gatorade hurts my stomach when I play. No, I just can't.
No stomach aches Friday night. Stay on the water.
Yeah.
Dante Gentile's favorite food is?
Chicken parm. Yep.
Mick, you like that? Mick, you like chicken parm?
Yeah. Me and you, Mickey.
Where are you getting chicken parm at?
Right across the street, Papa Gigi's.
Papa Gigi's.
Yeah, it's
all
good.
Right.
It's good here at Tiger's Table.
Good here at Tiger's Table.
Absolutely.
We're shouting out to Tiger's Table. Thank them for all they do for all of us.
Yeah,
Mom.
Mom.
How about Mom? You just told me that she does everything for you, and you went with Papa Gigi's Tiger's Table, and then you went Mom. Mom's got a.
She's definitely first up.
Okay, yeah definitely first up.
Yep.
All right. How do you want this season to go?
I want it to end on a win.
What do you? It's week 7, folks. It's October. I say this all the time. You could, when you break, say state champs, and believe it, or you're just saying it to say it. I think this team could make a long run in the playoffs for you. Where do you see this going?
I want to end the season on a win, Steve. I want to make it all the way. I want to call our team champs.
I love it.
Yeah.
I do. I don't think that's brash. I don't think it's arrogant. I think it's a confidence that you've instilled in yourself, in your teammates, and it's something that you want to do. Have you thought about senior night?
No, not really. I've been putting it off.
Don't put it off because it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
I'm sure they all will be there for senior night, no doubt. Mick, you'll be there. Mick hasn't missed a game since the early 1900s at Springfield. He will make sure he does that. And why I tell you to think about that is because I think that's the biggest prize a student athlete could get is to walk out with their family on senior night. And possibly a league championship is won that night and locking up a home playoff game. That's why I love the answer that you gave me. All those things kind of go hand in hand. So it's week 7, but those things are coming up fast as October hits. Dante's favorite college football team is?
Buckeyes. Yep.
I will say this to all these guys. I've known Mick a long, long time. There isn't somebody that bleeds Springfield Tigers more than he has in all the years he's been at. I watch you guys with him each and every week. That is the highest respect that I could give somebody, the way I see you guys make him part of what you do. What does Mick mean to all of you guys?
He's just a whole nother level of support. He's the morale booster. That's what he's there for, and he does a good job at it, too.
Yeah, he does a good job, folks. When the players get here at the Tigers Table every 2 weeks, they get get in the back.
Ushered back, yep.
I'll call you when we need you. Steve, Coach Guerrero can't be here tonight. If you need me to go on, I'll go on, but we're really busy here tonight, Noah, so I'll go on with you in the next couple weeks. Noah interviewed him last year, and that was a good thing, but everyone here, I truly mean this. How about a hand for Mick and all he does for the Springfield Tigers? That's a great answer. It truly is. So, favorite pro football team is?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
See, that's where Steve Leslie and your family's all Steelers too.
Yep.
What's it feel like to root for a team that actually knows what they're doing, has a front office, has a plan? But here, I'm going to say it. I think you get beat this Sunday night. I think the Cowboys come in. What's your thoughts there?
I don't know if they would know what they're doing, but hey, at least they got a defense to hold it down.
No, they got a great defense. Who's your favorite Steeler that you like to watch?
Favorite Steeler at the moment?
Yeah,
George Pickens.
George Pickens.
Yeah, I don't respect how he carries the ball though, but I do like seeing him play.
Yeah, that was a little. Well, the NFL anymore. I don't know. I don't know what goes on in the NFL, but Pittsburgh's a great team. You're going to graduate here pretty fast. What's Dante see himself doing when you graduate in June?
I'm gonna move on and go to college. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna attend college, study probably a STEM. I'm thinking engineering right now.
Very good.
Yeah.
Again, I know a pretty good engineering place. It's called Youngstown State University.
Absolutely.
For anybody listening there, how important or talk about? I see a lot of Springfield athletes graduate, and I use Bo Brungard a lot because I see the young man every week. Springfield High School prepares kids to go to college. Talk about the experience of just being a Springfield High School student.
I think the teachers, a lot of them, like Miss Luden, Mrs. Johnston, especially the ones I have now, have been college professors at some point, and they know how we're going to be treated. They know how to treat us now, and they don't hold back. That's for sure. They're not giving us any privilege in high school. So
they don't hold back, no doubt. Dante Gentile's favorite class you've ever had at Springfield Local is?
I'm going to say last year AP U.S. History with Mr. Schneider.
Mr. Schneider, AP U.S. History. Very good. Shout out to Mr. Schneider.
Yep.
Now you get a chance, young man, to shout out another favorite teacher and thank them right here on YSN.
I'm going to shout out my honors Global 1 and 2 teacher, Mr. Weimer.
Mr. Weimer.
He still owes me a round of golf. So
he's pretty good in golf.
Yeah, he is pretty good.
You golf a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Weim, shout out to you and get the young man his round of golf because that's something that we all love to do, no doubt. Is there any better feeling than running out onto the field at Springfield Tiger Stadium and then hearing that blaring cowbell that you know has family relevance?
No, not that I know of. It's amazing.
I
can't beat
always like it's a small school, but it feels like when you do a game there, and Noah's done games there, it feels like there's 1 million people in that stadium when you go there. It's so loud, and the band does a good job. Your students do a good job. You'll remember playing in that stadium for the rest of your life. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely, yeah.
Now you go on a road trip. A big road trip, folks. Western Reserve 6-0, Springfield 4-2, first place on the line. What's the biggest thing this team needs to do to get a W?
I think we just need to fix the stupid mistakes, especially pre-snap penalties, whether that's jumping off sides on defense or false start on offense. Even, just a misassignment on offense, not blocking somebody. But for the most part, I think we've been improving, and especially what we've shown against Jackson Milton last week, I think it's going to be a pretty good game.
Yep, there's improvement each and every week. The schedule that they play is very good. Western Reserve's a good team. They've improved every week. It's going to be a great, great high school football game. I've known you a long time, so this is going to put you in a spot here. But when you're having a bad day, you have a pretty good support system. But when you're having a horrible day, who are you going to?
I think I go to my mom, probably.
It's a good answer. It's a good answer. She's there to take care of all the little things, no doubt. Moms are special. I say that all the time. My mom watches these each and every week. I'm so proud of that. My mom's 83 years old, and I'll tell you this, when you get older, you will still need mom's approval. You will still need mom to agree and those types of things. So shout out to that relationship for sure. You talked about you want to go out a winner, and that's how I'm going to end it with. But I will say this. I've watched you grow up from a talented freshman that played varsity football to a talented sophomore to a very good junior to a senior that, in my opinion, is one of the best football players in our area. And that's a credit to how hard I think you work. It's a credit to your family that they push you, that they support you. But I just want you to know that I want nothing but the best for you, for your brothers, for this football team to get the most out of your senior year, whatever that is. Nobody knows where that is or how it goes, but when it does go and it does end, just know one thing, that you have represented Springfield Tiger football for 4 years like no other. And I mean that watching a lot of guys. So how about a hand for senior Dante Gentile? I wish you nothing but the best. Good luck Friday night. Thanks.
Thank you.